So for the second day in a row, one of Nova Scotia's top Mounties has been facing detailed questions at the mass shooting inquiry in Halifax. What we understand is that lawyers have been asking Campbell about specifically notes he made during and after the hunt for the gunman who killed 22 people in 2020. Joining me now with more from Halifax is CBC's Catherine Tunney. Catherine, we heard that the Superintendent Campbell defended those notes today. What did he have to say?
Well, I think it's safe to say that questions about whether there was political interference into that investigation into the 2020 mass shooting are far from over. Of course, Superintendent Darren Campbell was asked today about his handwritten notes, the notes that have set off this whole controversy. So in those notes, as we know, he said that Brenda Lucki, the commissioner, the top Mountie in the country, had said that she promised the federal government that the RCMP would release information about the weapons used by the gunman soon after the shooting. And he says in those notes that Lucki had tied that to soon-to-be-announced gun control legislation. Now, yesterday in Ottawa, in front of the committee, Lucki was adamant that there was no political interference and that this was all a miscommunication. Today, we got to hear from Campbell, his side of events here in Halifax, where he stands by his notes, and he says that that whole call left him with concerns.
Any interference, whether it be political or otherwise, that would have deterred us from properly investigating these offenses and seeking the justice that the families deserved was unacceptable for me.
Now, Campbell also says that he was concerned that if it was political interference, how the families would have taken that, and that also really bothered him.
And now, Catherine, there was also an update on the charges against the gunman's partner. So what happened there?
So 3 people had been charged with supplying ammunition to the gunman, Gabriel Wortman. Those people were Lisa Banfield, his longtime partner, her brother, and then her brother-in-law. So today, kind of heard that the restorative justice process was completed, and now those charges are dropped, withdrawn, and the 3 people will no longer have any kind of criminal record that this happened. The lawyer for Banfield was stopped by reporters outside of the court this morning, and he's questioning and has concerns about why his client specifically was charged in the first place, saying that she was abused by him for years. Take a listen.
I was never comfortable with the charges being laid, for sure. And I'm hoping the commission might address it, but that remains to be seen. But I will go as far to say that I was always disturbed by the fact that the RCMP charged Lisa.
And a lawyer for one of the other men that were part of this process, he says that he believes police charged his client to get the heat off of themselves. Now, both lawyers want the commission that's looking into the mass shooting to look into why these weapons charges were brought forward, only to then be dropped today. So we'll keep an ear to the commission as it continues to meet this afternoon to see if it's raised.
Thanks for this, Catherine. That is the CBC's Catherine Tunney in Halifax.